Welcome, guys. I just want to let you know that I am recording this session for the parents that couldn't make it out tonight, but thank you so much for being here. The recording is just my voice and the screen over here. I'm Mrs. Lamb. I teach GT geometry, obviously AP stats. I have a master's in CI in math. I sponsor the International Math Honor Society and also the Got Hope Club. It's a service organization. Mr. Spencer is the other AP stats teacher. He has a stats club. So if your student's like super interested in statistics, they can check out Mr. Spencer's webpage and get information on that for that club. I just want to kind of give you guys some idea of all the supports that Mr. Spencer and I put in, because this is a college level course. Some students find it a little bit more challenging and more difficult. So we have lots of built-in supports. One of those supports on the calendar is that everything is hyperlinked. We even have like blank notes and completed teacher notes for the entire year. Mr. Spencer records all of his video lessons and he has a YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube link there and they can see a recording of the videos. Sometimes they miss something in class because they went to the bathroom, or maybe they're absent for a day for volleyball or whatever. They never have to really be behind because they have all the resources there. We even have a link for released FRQ questions so that they can have extra study material. And that's something that's very different in the AP stats course, is that they actually have to study. They have lots of terminology. It's genuine problem solving in real world context, which can be different from their previous math courses. And they're very good at getting an equation and just solving for X, and stats is not like that at all. We do a lot of reading. A lot of their prompts are half a page, and then their answer back to me is like 2 paragraphs long. So they've never written this much in their life in a math class. So it's just very different for them. But the good thing is they're more critical thinkers after this class. And almost every college major requires some sort of statistics course. So taking it in the high school level where it's nice and safe and we're super friendly is going to totally benefit them. We're super successful in our passing rate at the end of the year. We have more than 80% get that 3 or better, which is really high for a math course. Even if it doesn't count towards their major, it usually always counts as an elective credit, which can save you thousands of dollars. So that's also really good news. Also, besides our normal coaching hours that Mr. Spencer and I have, we have Zoom coaching hours because our students are so involved in so many things that they might not be able to make it right after school or right before school because of all the different practices they're in. So every once in a while we have night Zoom hours where they can call in and get extra support there. We have sometimes after school, we have pizza, like a early dinner study session. And then some Saturdays, we have a breakfast tutoring session. So we try to offer a variety of different sessions for them to come in and get the extra help, attention, or sometimes they don't really need help. They just need time to focus on stats. So we give them a variety of ways to get that worked in. Our class works very heavily in teams, partners, and groups, things like that. Teachers have a very formal vocabulary, right? Because we're trying to model of what we want them to sound like, but sometimes that's not what's good for their ears and they don't get it. So when they talk to their peers, their partners, and their groups, there's extra learning happening in there. And even our super high achieving students will learn something from somebody in their group. They're like, oh my gosh, I never thought about it that way, because there's more than one way to think about a problem. There's more than one right answer. And so we want to expose them to all the different ways that they can talk about, the answer back. We model one way, but that doesn't mean it's the only way. And so having that student voice in the classroom really helps build their confidence and see different perspectives. They really walk out of here better at critical thinking. We have these journals that has all the printed skeleton notes in there, and then they just go in and fill in the work as we go in class. So it's all super organized. And I've had lots of former students come back and talk about how great this journal was for their college level stats class, because like we said, it's a little bit more student friendly than you can remember how college textbooks, the language is so very formal that it was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so it's nice to have that journal. The AP exam in May is FRQ, free response, and multiple choice. There's both. To pass, you only really need like a 50% grade on each section, which is super nice. And like I said, we've had lots of great success with that. To get a 5 on that exam, you need about a 70% accuracy rate. So we have lots of 5s on our exam too. Every test that we have throughout the year kind of models that idea of MC and FRQ. So we have 2 testing days for each unit. One day is dedicated to FRQ. The other test day is dedicated to MC because they really need to be practicing both skills. I think I finished. Oh my God.
Go ahead and make our way to before, all athletics are still in the cafeteria, including 6th period athletics. 6th period beginning at 7:55. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Alrighty, toodles.